Hello. So, kind of contrary to my expectations, we actually did get some news before the HLC, and we also didn't. They did a bit of a different preview schedule. They're not just doing the characters one at a time per se and doing complete kits or anything like that. So, we have a news video instead of kit review videos, which is fine. A lot of this stuff wasn't posted everywhere. Like some stuff was on Discord, but not Facebook, or some stuff was on Facebook, or like on the stream and didn't go anywhere else, or something like that. Most of the stuff that goes up on Facebook ends up on the Discord, but it doesn't always go the other way. So, just to run down and catch up, just do some League of Villains stuff first. First of all, because they previewed Moonfish, and with some of the stuff people have seen in the spinning cards and the videos and whatnot, we know what the full League of Villains roster is now. And that is pretty much as expected. Let's see if I can remember them all this time. It's going to be Dabi, Toga, Kurogiri, Shigaraki for returning characters, and then twice Moonfish, Muscular, and Spinner for new characters. They also put out a post today saying, basically teasing they're not going to preview any twice cards, and they're just going to let those be discovered at the premiere, along with the secret rares. So I'm guessing that means we'll see all the other cards before then, hopefully. They sort of did this weird thing today where they previewed the rest of Moonfish's cards but left out what is presumably his ultra rare. I'm not really sure why they did that. Maybe they're going to do all the ultra rares at the end or something like that, but it does sound like we'll get most of the set save for that twice kit and of course the secrets. In other news, they as expected, they went ahead and announced a ban on Big Shot Punch and Judy for Standard. So this is going to be applicable for the Standard Moonrise event in South Carolina this weekend, as well as the Standard side event at the HLC. When they did this, they also released a new document, basically a new format for having their bans and erratas in a document. So it's a little bit better than the old PDF they had that was all very visual, very lots of graphics and things like that, but it wasn't the most readable thing in the world. This is sort of just a table in almost a Word document, but it's saved as a PDF. It's a little bit easier to read, and it's probably a lot easier for them to edit, I would assume. It's not going to be like a huge ordeal. Like I remember them saying at some point that like actually editing that PDF was a royal pain. So got a nice cleaner document now for those. So that's good to see. I'll link that in the description. If you want to go to be able to look, it's basically going to be like, here's the MHA bans. Oh, also, they are unbanning or not banning Stronger in Darkness or one of the other cards there, Crow and Frog Takedown in Standard. Like that format's much more powerful. Those cards are, there are cards of those shapes in that format that are just kind of around and everywhere. So it's not that crazy of a deal. They have those things in Standard, so those cards are not going to be banned in Standard. We'll see if at some point they unban other, MHA cards from the Standard list, but they're doing that for now. Lastly, on the Webcam Weekly pre-show, they announced the list of Season 1 regional exams, or RLE tournaments, and so this is very good advance notice for them that this is, 3 months pretty much before any of this, so people have ample time to make travel plans and whatnot. And the first one is going to be international. It's going to be April 1st and 2nd in Australia, in Melbourne. And then they're also going to have one in the Europe side, in the UK, on May 6th and 7th. There's going to be one in Sheffield. That is kind of where a lot of big UK tournaments have been in the past, so it's cool to see a Sheffield event popping up. And then stateside is going to be one each month pretty much. April in Kissimmee, Florida, May in Kansas City, and June in California. So one east, one central, one west. And in between, actually the week right after the Memorial Day weekend event in Kansas City is going to be an online regional. So there's going to be back-to-back regionals there. And I wonder if timing-wise, those might be like the first 2 events with a DLC or something like that, depending on how things line up in terms of, release dates and whatnot. So yeah, so we know what the first 6 regionals are. I guess I'm sure at some point we'll see the RLE promos, probably after we've seen all of League of Villains, because maybe there's going to be some promos that are from that, right? Like they had Student of the Art and Cheerleader last time. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. And that's just it for this video. Pretty much a quick catch-up. I'm heading to South Carolina tomorrow. Had some scheduling tag with the Iron Chef deal. So I'm going to be recording the Iron Chef review and winner early next week. So expect that then. In the meantime, if you're going to South Carolina, I'll see you there. And hopefully everyone has a good time. All right, take care. Have a good night.